How you guys doing? Welcome to the show. Hi, what's going on? Hey, hi, beautiful people. That's right. That's absolutely right. Hi, Nancy. What's happening? Ms. Mac, what's going on? J Big is 5. Jared, what's going on? Come on now. Everybody's a hooligan grande. Let's get sweaty. Um, Such a show today. It's going to be a good time. Hope you're well. Don't forget to hit the like early. Let people know we're online. It beats the hell out of this notification bell. Fucking paranoid, deep state craziness. You shouldn't have to hit a notification bell. I'm here every day at 3 my time. I'm always here a little late sometimes when we have a tech issue, which I'm always fixing myself. But in the interim, instead of having some sort of notification like, oh, by the way, he's on, you're like, I know, I'm watching. It's well, thanks, you're late. You could just show up, and then let people know in case they've never seen the show before, and that will be the thing. See, look at this. This is just lovely. Peg knows what's up. Peg knows. Peg knows what's up. I said, what's up? Hit the like. And think about becoming a Patreon subscriber. You know what? Stop thinking about it and just do it. I think that's probably my mistake. I would probably have a lot more Patreon support if I stopped asking people to think about doing it. Just told them to do it. Excuse me 1 second. Yes? Yes, I've been a dumbass for a long time. Thank you very much. No. I don't know why I didn't think of that till now. Love you too. Bye. Hit the like, god damn it, and share the show and the clips and comment, I suppose. Although we have a chat, so I don't know what the comment, maybe on the videos, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Let's do it. All right. Now, I love to do it. I love to do it. I just did it. I'm going to do it again. And I think you know what I'm talking about. Apparently, I'm being warned, though, not to do it. Or oh, right-wing media and your weird little typos. We all have them. You just have more than usual. And the rest of us don't pelican the nutsack, if I may, of a dude who says he has the best words. Are they doing it again? They sure am. Are they doing it? They're the doing it. Come on now. They're the doing it. Do it. Are the doing it again? Beware. Beware of someone, of the mad Y thief. the terrible, yes, the terrible thief running around stealing Joe Pags's Y. Are the doing it again? Don't take the bait. Don't do it. Don't take the bait. But I want to. Don't do it, Hal. Don't. You're gonna regret it. But there's a big play by no. Don't take the bait, Hal. It's gonna be crazy, stupid, crazy. But I have to click it. I gotta find out. I'm there. We don't get to see this dickhead often enough. And by the way, every time I see Joey Pags, all I can think of is, why isn't there a dinner theater version of Bosch? I wonder what Bosch's stunt double is doing right about now. You know, kind of looks like Bosch if you squint, only not attractive. We only have Hollis Miller or whatever his name is. We only got one of those. There's only one Bosch. Can you find us a second Bosch that we can dent and it won't matter? Cool. All right. Anyways. Yes, I noticed it, CSL. Are they doing it again? They sure are doing it again. All right, here we go. I'm going to take the bait. I can't not. I need to be stopped. Like, subscribe, give a thumbs up. Help me out of this hellhole.
Let me give a stark, direct warning to anybody who's getting a wild hair. Let me help you out here.
Okay, who's getting a wild hair? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Who's getting a wild hair up their ass about something? This would be, he's sending a warning out to people who might feel the need to be warned. It's going to be good. It's going to be fucking spectacular.
There was going to be a challenge to the election, the results of the election, some delegates, some electors from some states.
What? Oh, is that what they were going to do? They were going to challenge him as opposed to halt the vote with violence and bomb threats and then swap them out with a group of fake electors?
In 2020.
Yes. And just didn't work out, did it? Yeah, you're fucking, nope. Just kind of swing and a miss. Oh, by the way, hold on. For whatever reason, my note-taking software has just decided to like eat shit. It's adorable. Why Notion? Why are you a blank screen? Why are you crazy pants? Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Can I show you guys this would be in line with this, and I swear to God, I'll move on to the rest of this. This is so good. This is so good. This is so good. Here it comes. Are you ready? Are you ready, Joey Pags? Are you ready? This is a new story, and I fucking love these things. I can't believe I missed it when it came in. Oh, shit. Oh no. Oh, no, Joey Pags. Not in the middle of your fake electors screed. Dare I? Oh, dear. You don't say. So Joe Biden won Virginia again. Congratulations, Joe Biden. Just wait. Thanks, Randy. I like the jacket too. It's I gotta be honest, it's a good on-camera jacket, but it sucks in real life. It's one of these jackets that's starting to break down, but it works on camera, so I can wear it for the show and keep myself warm, but I wouldn't wear it out in public because it looks a little ratty. Unless anybody knows how to, is there spray vinyl? Can you fix a jacket like this when they start to crumble? You know what I'm talking about? Anybody who shops at H&M knows this. All right. Don't make me say this name without giggling. Virginia. Why would you do that to me? You've already got virgin in your name, and you want me to say man ass? You want me to do that? You want me to? You want to say man ass? You want to pronounce? Am I putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable? Man asses. This is the gayest town in the world. All right. Oh yeah, this is very faux leather. Yep. A Northern Virginia county is acknowledging that it underreported President Joe Biden's margin of victory over Donald Trump there in the 2020 presidential election by about 4,000 votes. The first detailed accounting errors that came to light in 2022 as part of a criminal case, the admission Thursday from the Prince William County Office of Elections, comes a week after prosecutors from the Virginia Attorney General's office dropped charges against the county's former registrar, Michelle White. Counts were also off in races for the U.S. Senate and U.S. House of Representatives, though by lesser margins, you'd think. In a statement, the county's current registrar, Eric Olson, brother of Nellie, son of Harlan, emphasized that the mistakes did not come close to affecting the outcome of any race, did not consistently favor one party or candidate, but were likely due to a lack of proper planning, a difficult election environment, and human error. It was just accidental. Just happened to steal 4,000 votes from Joe Biden in the 2020 election. Did you ever wonder why Donald Trump knows there was so much election fraud? And these Republicans that ended up losing their jobs or getting fired or getting... Did anybody know? All right. Just saying, that's pretty gorgeous. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Okay, so anyways, you were saying something about the election in you look very sad, Joey. You look tired, dude. You look like the job is getting to you. That you watched a bunch of recent Trump speeches over the weekend and you went, that's my guy. Yeah, that's the general look.
I make this as clear as I can with you. There was going to be a challenge. You had Ted Cruz out there was going to challenge. You had some others. I think Hawley was going to challenge. You had some.
Yeah, but he,
representatives in the House were going to challenge, and constitutionally, they were allowed to challenge and investigate what happened with these electors.
No. There was no. They weren't stopping because, like, where did these electors come from? These were their fake electors, dumb fuck. That's not what they were there for. Their idea was that Trump couldn't have lost. That was the argument, which is not an argument on any merit. And by the way, for those people who are like, it's not possible. He's got to be popular. I believe the sun shines out of his ass, and look at my orange, flecky, gooey tan that I got from him. Those folks just seemed amazed that Trump could lose, and that was the basis of their whole fucking argument. Not this. They weren't arguing electors. They were sneaking in their own crowd. But nice revisionist history there, Pags.
Before certifying the election on January 6th, 2021, that was going to happen.
No, it wasn't, because January 6th is the day you fucking do it, dum-dum. If they could have done it before then, they would have done it before then, but they lost everywhere, and every recount told them to go pound sand.
These senators and members of the House of Representatives all said, we're going to challenge. And this is going to be a real constitutional challenge. And if at the end of the challenge,
yeah, and it wasn't.
At the end of the investigation, if Biden won, then he won. Then we'll certify. If he didn't, then he didn't. And we won't certify.
And these extra electors that think that they're here legally, and some of them knew that they were engaged in criminality, that mix of people, they're just standing here for the fuck of it, to stamp something as soon as the mob kills Nancy Pelosi and hangs fucking Mike Pence. And as soon as that part's over, then we'll just reinstate the God King.
Why am I bringing up January 6th?
Because you're a sore loser, and because you're a bit of a lunatic, and because it's a guaranteed ratings lightning bolt for the idiots that actually watch your show. I think that's probably it.
Because what happened on January 6th stopped them. They didn't challenge. They didn't investigate.
They were in the process of their objections. This is true, but their objections, they already had. They had the backfill of what they were. The challenge they had was just to freeze it, and then these other people would just come in and kill the vice president, and then just swap out the fucking votes.
They didn't re-vote. They didn't look.
Yeah, they did. They voted later
Into the electors that were sent.
There was this. All right, that's not a thing. You can't just make up a whole other conspiratorial side fucking thing. That's not done. You don't do that. You don't get to do that. Shut the fuck up.
Nope, they all went, put their tail between their legs, and they certified the election.
Well, in defense of them putting their tail between their legs, that's where Trump likes it. And they're what do you expect? I mean, they're Republicans. They're cowards, and they're weak, and they don't know how to govern, and they certainly can't coordinate any of their efforts. The kind of people you'd want in charge of the greatest country on the earth.
Without the challenges that were going to happen. There were real challenges.
Sorry, through the earth. Sorry.
There were viable challenges. You have the right to question the results of an election.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, here's a good idea. Do it while you're brushing your teeth, and then shut the fuck up, because they did question the election. They had multiple recounts. They had court cases. They lost everywhere. You're a moron. Move on.
Democrats do it every election cycle that they lose.
No, we don't. No. If there were situations where people, let's say in impoverished black areas, that were denied voting machines that either worked or were adequate number to the people that were voting there versus the fucking upper class white districts, which had plenty. And by the way, rednecks in small areas, Eastern Kentucky and the like, are always fucked out of their machines as well, but you guys don't give a shit because they're going to vote your way and you win the county, so get the electorate, so you don't really care how many show up, because the majority of them will probably vote your way because they're the only ones who will trudge through the fucking process to do it, but you'll choke off the Democratic vote in those areas. And so that's been the concern previously, and the difference is that we sucked it up after Gore and legislated changes. And by the way, that's one of the reasons why the voting right, why Republicans wanted the Voting Rights Act to expire, because they want to make sure that they get a leg up in every election, and they can deny the right to vote to other people.
That was stopped. Why was it stopped?
Because it wasn't going fast enough for a lot of MAGAts who, I guess they thought it was going to take them a lot longer to beat up the cops and get in the building. I guess that maybe it was an IKEA gallows. It just went together faster.
Because there was a large gathering of people, mostly peaceful.
Mostly peaceful. Yeah, I mean, it was I say what you will, but that guy took a peaceful shit in the rotunda.
Who gathered in Washington, D.C., and in a show of solidarity.
Yes, and bear spray, and hornet spray, and clubs, and knives, and guns, and body armor, and helmets, and stolen riot shields from police, and poop, and also urine, and also amphetamines, and hammers. There was mostly peaceful. Oh, how's about read the red light news? What's the red light news? Is there a red light news? What was the red light news? The breaking news? Hype overload. Oh, we got a hype train. Nope, that's not it. Which one? We'll figure it out. Give me a second. I'm going to stay on this for a second, and then we will get to it in just a moment.
Peacefully and patriotically, we're letting people know, yes, we want you to challenge.
And then, if you get there and I've tweeted, Mike Pence didn't have the strength to do it, then you charge up the steps and, oh, fuck, right.
And then a few of them were incited to riot.
Were they? They were incited to riot? Were they hypnotized ahead of time? Or they just, what did it take? Just took a couple of maggot whisperers just going, psst, attack.
Oh, yeah. A small number out of the massive crowd that was there. Some say
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Look, that's how we know there's a difference between maggots and regular Republicans, or even like mid-level MAGA Republicans, right? Who will just show up for the R on their shirt. Is I don't give a rat's ass about. And by the way, and I'll even go this far. I greatly appreciate all the upset maggots that showed up on January 6th and watched Trump's speech. And when he was done blathering his bullshit, instead of making a right and going to the Capitol, made a left and went to Kramer's Books and had a nice lunch, which was the vast majority of the people there. Thank you. I congratulate you. I'm sorry that you feel like you lost and you're a little bit brokenhearted, but I appreciate you taking the L. Even after you flew your look at the effort that the maggots put in. They flew their dumbasses all the way to Washington to listen to this asshole say the same shit they'd heard a dozen times. And then after they heard it, they went, lunch? And they went that way. Good for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Maggots, I appreciate it. You're good people. You're nuts. And I don't know what the fuck you think his policies are. It's always infrastructure week until Joe Biden signs the bill, I guess. And we're talking about a specific group of people. And these are the people who this asshole calls hostages or political prisoners or whatever, who turned right, went to the Capitol and went, fuck, I can't wait for this peacefully to work its way out. I got to beat the fuck out of some cops. And those people are fucked. Yeah, they're going to go to jail and stay there. Just, anyways, good luck.
The crowd was as big as 1 million people. Some say it was 250,000. Either way.
Yeah, 1,250,000. It sounds like Trump math. My guess is it might have been 250,000 people. And Trump went, look at the million people here. Because as we have seen in his fraud trial, that's how the math always works. Unless he was talking about the crowd to the IRS. In which case, if it had 1 million people, he would say it had 250,000. But that's the only time.
There's a lot of people. And somebody but something, some entity, something.
I'm going to go with Deep State, CIA. What do you think? MK Ultra? Lizard people, aliens, baby-eating lizard aliens.
Caused an incitement of violence.
It caused an incitement of violence. So the violence wasn't the problem. The fact that they engaged in violence wasn't the problem. It's that somebody poked them in just the right spot and hit their fuck the police button on all these maggots and made them charge up the fucking steps and beat police officers. They were inside. They couldn't do anything about it. Now, the nice thing is that during the George Floyd protests, that there were definitely some riots. And thank you, Joe Pegs, for the consistency of your thought that the people who rioted in Minneapolis and Chicago and other places around the George Floyd protests, if they didn't want to, they showed up mostly peaceful. But someone, probably the same person, at the Capitol, incited them to violence. It's no one's fault. You're not responsible for your own actions. Welcome to the new Republican Party. Perpetual victims, puppets on a string.
You've got people like Ray Epps on video saying, we're going into the Capitol.
Yes, and then also on video going, hey man, lay off the cops. They're just doing their job. They're on our side the actual day. Because like a lot of Republicans, he talks a big game the day before and then chickens out on the day. That's why he became an informant. He's like, I didn't think anybody fucking listened to me. I was just trying to get some fucking right-wing pussy. Isn't that what you do? It works for Alex Jones, and I have no idea how that works.
Come on, move this and go in here. And he's whispering in people's ears.
What did he whisper? It's the whisper. What was the whisper? Please don't. You know what? I appreciate that Joy Pags is not going to say what Ray Epps whispered, because every maggot within earshot will immediately freeze and turn sideways and walk towards the nearest building that was built in the 1800s. And if there's a cliff between them and that thing, or a river, they'll just drown or fall to their death, and it's not a good thing.
Kash Patel says there were dozens, if not hundreds, of undercover agents or federal agents in that crowd. That's
because he's an asshole. Also, not undercover agents. Informants. People who, like the vast majority of the people who were at that stupid, I don't even call it a rally, Trump's big blather in the ellipse, that, the people that went that way, some of the people who their heart said go that way, but they followed the group that way, and then they ended up near the steps and they're like, this is not good. I don't think this is good. These people have knives and guns, and the guy's got a truck full of weapons, and hello, FBI, this is bad. That would be those people. Now, from that point, from the very point they made the phone call, they are technically an FBI informant, because they informed on their fellow maggots.
It's according to all sorts of sources.
All sorts of sources. And never mind the fact that all of those sources are implicated in, and more than likely a defendant in, the Jan 6 insurrection case. Put that aside. I want you to put that aside, okay? I want you to just move the fact that all these people who say that there were a bunch of FBI guys in the crowd making everyone do this, I want you to put aside the fact that the person saying that is one of the people who organized the day. Just move that over here. Just move that over here. Just forget about that for a second, because I want to take that gap in your knowledge once you've emptied it out, sort of in a Buddhist way, the empty bowl philosophy. Once you've emptied out, hollowed out that hole in your knowledge, I want to skull fuck it with ignorance and political bias. That's the message here.
Somebody incited them to go in. Now, who benefits if there's no challenge? Biden does. Who benefits if there's no challenge? The Democrats do.
Yeah, you would have think all those maggots would have heard someone whisper, we should take it easy, and maybe listen to that, and then not attack the police officers, because, guys, we're playing into their hands. That's basically what happened. Like, everybody, even fucking, like, the fucking QAnon shaman was like, peace be upon. All right, fuck this. Let's go in. I'm sick of this shit. An asshole.
Who benefits
Trump because they were trying to kill the vice president and the speaker and take over. And then they had their electors waiting in the wings. And once shit is signed, game's over, and now he's president again, and nobody can undo it because they've officially been certified. And then they hold it up for 4 months, and then Vladimir Putin kills somebody, and then we all have to live with it.
If they stop the investigation, Biden does, Obama does, the Democrats do.
Obama? There's always got to be the ghost black guy in the background. You know what I mean? There's always watch it. It's like the Where's Waldo of black people. Just Obama is just like.
Why am I talking about that today?
Because you're an idiot? No, because you know what? That's not fair. Because you have difficulty dealing with the loss. And we've all been there. So why do you think, though?
Instead of Texas. Well, I am talking about Texas.
Oh, because you want a civil war or something? Oh, okay. I think I got it. I hope I'm right. I probably am. He's using the illusion that Jan 6 benefits Biden to warn Republicans that listen to his show to not go to Texas and start a civil war and kill a bunch of people, not because it's bad, but because that's how they get you. What do you think? You think that's it? I bet. Yeah.
So I went to the gym today.
Well, that's the first time for everything.
And I hear somebody talking about how he's going to go to the border. I'm going to head down. I'm thinking about heading down.
Really? After, as soon as they free up the tanning booth and then somebody gets off the fucking cable machine.
Why? Why are you heading down?
Because you don't understand. I need to defend America by menacing a woman and her 3-year-old who are seeking asylum. As I trespass on private land or federal land, and get my ass caught in razor wire, and then have to explain the scars to my wife.
The last thing we need.
Also, by the way, this is bullshit. Right, Candy Girl, cool story, bro. Yeah, this did not happen. He does not go to like the right-wing gym. How does by the way, what are the trainers like at the MAGA gym? Do you show up not wanting to work out and somebody whispers in your ear and suddenly you're like, yeah, fuck this. I just can't, you know what? I want to stand, I want to get a smoothie, maybe walk around, maybe meet some people. Whatever you do, don't work out. Fuck, da-da-da, da-da-da, bing, 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 as Trump would say.
There's a bunch of people who love the country and who love Texas.
Which country would that be?
Heading down to this 2.5-mile area in Eagle Pass where this park is.
Yeah. Well, now you mention it, does sound like a stupid idea.
It's the last thing we need.
Well, I don't know. The last thing you need is a coffin. Just to be, just technically. And technically, that's for other people. You don't even need it.
The last thing we need is...
The reality is the last thing you need is a shovel.
People tweeting about civil war. I'm telling you, it did not work out January 6, 2021, because they were able to use people's emotion and passion.
And idiocy, and apparently the fact that they have a doughy, porous, spongy brain with very few firing synapses, and all it takes is a whisper to the contrary to make you attack a fucking police officer.
And force them to do something stupid.
Yeah, I don't know if they gotta be, they don't have to be forced. It's just a little whisper. Just do something stupid. Ah, God damn it. Oh! Oh, God. These guys would be great in the Olympics. Don't win. Da-da-da! some skiing and shooting. All right.
It was stupid to vandalize the house.
Really? I don't know. Yeah. And the weird thing is nobody told him not to do that, which you'd think would be the thing that would instigate it the most. You know what I mean? If you're using the Ray Epps methodology.
Or the Capitol. It was stupid.
Yes, it was also a crime. So, fuck you?
To riot at the Capitol. It was stupid.
It was stupid to write. I don't know what we were thinking. Dude, you're dangerously getting close to Cenk Uygur saying Hamas using rape as a weapon was unfortunate and dumb. Yeah, he really said that. Unfortunate. Hey, guys, not helpful. I mean, you can kill her, but come on.
And was also falling prey to what I believe was something much more sinister.
Uh-huh. The trap that was laid by the Democrats for decades. Am I very caffeinated? I don't think so. Not particularly. I think, more yesterday, Evie. Actually, I'm just amused, quite frankly. I got to be honest. I just think this is particularly funny.
This is why I'm talking about it.
Well, you're all right. This is a very, we've seen this a couple of times where right-wingers try to dial back the psychos in their fucking crowd by going, guys, don't do anything murderous. They'll use it as an excuse to put you in jail.
I want you to understand something.
Okay. You first. Hold on. I mean, I don't know why why is the chat in this always super slow? Is always never want to catch up. I hate it. All right.
The Biden administration would like nothing more than to see a bunch of Texans and beyond head down to Eagle Pass. They would love that.
Why? Why? But they can head down to Eagle Pass. Listen to me, Evil Pass. Probably that's what we call it. It's really Evil Pass. They're letting evil pass. Sorry.
They would love for you to head down there and have a massive protest that can be incited through using passion and emotion.
How? Oh, or whispers. They would love you to head down there and be a fucking psychopath so that they can just use the fact that you commit a violent crime to put you in jail. They've got you exactly where they want
To do something dumb.
Well, yeah, especially when you could just stay home and do something dumb. You know what I mean? Save the gas. Isn't it super expensive? Isn't gas like $12 a gallon right now?
They would love that because then they would say, see?
See? Obviously gas is cheap enough for these dumb motherfuckers to drive all the way to Eagle Pass.
They're insurrectionists.
No, they're not. Why would we call it an insurrectionist? We just call them a bunch of bigots who are committing acts of violence against people who may at some point in the near future be adjudicated as genuine asylum seekers. What?
They're anti-democracy. And I, Joe Biden, here I am to save the day. I'm going to come in and take.
Why would you need an echo on that? Was there when Mighty Mouse did it? Was there a big echo? I don't think so. Here I come to save the day. I don't think so. I think it was pretty dry, actually. It was like maybe a little bit of a slap back. These were the times of Elvis, after all.
Take over that border. I'm going to take over that park. I'm going to take over this area.
They own the park. It's federal land, stupid.
Because I have to save our democracy. That's what they'll say.
Why? What are you talking about? What? If the federal government ever gets their hands on the park at Eagle Pass, ooh, that's it. Yeah, it's a sweet piece of real estate.
They would love for a bunch of people to head straight down to the border.
Yeah, and keep going, I guess. You know what I mean? Maybe a fair trade. Maybe trade these people who don't understand the nature of America for a bunch of people who are risking their lives to get here and become productive members of our society. Weird.
load up the pickup truck with guns and all sorts of stuff.
Like what? Pipe bombs, knives, free copies of the Turner Diaries and the whatever the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. All those little Christian pamphlet dollar bill sized books that you can read about the evils of witchcraft in television shows.
Would love to see that.
Well, I mean, it'd be funny. I mean, I got to be honest, I'd prefer another Trump like boat parade, because watching those fuckers sink is so good. It's so good. I don't know that trucks can pull that off. And I don't want the people of Eagle Pass to have to deal with a sinkhole just for my own personal enjoyment.
And I'm here to tell you, don't do it.
All right. Well, thanks, man. Thank you. Great advice from Joey Pags. Don't drive down to the border with a bunch of guns where you can be incited into murdering strangers and your fellow Americans. Good advice. That's great. Also, don't do that at home. Don't, while you're at it. Also, don't do that in your city or your state or someone else's city or someone else's state. Just don't do that in general.
I'm here to tell you, stay calm, keep your powder dry.
Why would I? Oh, so you can shoot later. I see. So it's cool to shoot somebody, just not now. Hold. God damn it, I said hold. Now I done messed up my pants.
No reason to get involved in this at this point.
Right, because it's a vapid, impotent, rageful gesture that won't do fuck all.
Maybe never at any point.
Yes, I agree. Look, if you really want to go to the border and take care of it, I hear the CBP is hiring. Biden got them funding for 1,000 more agents in his budget supplemental that passed. Bad time to bring that up. I'm sorry. That was rude of me. I don't like to dunk on someone when they're being this stupid.
Because we have a constitution that says what it says.
What does it say? Just whip something out. Just one part of it.
Article 4, Section 4 clearly says the federal government will protect states from invasion. The federal government is not doing that.
Well, this isn't an invasion. It's not actually an invasion. And technically speaking, a lot of the people that you're most worried about aren't coming to Texas to be terrorists. In theory, if they're terrorists coming across the southern border, I don't want to insult the people of Texas and New Mexico and Southern California. But I got to be honest, if they're terrorists, they're more than likely heading to LA, Seattle, Chicago, or New York. No offense. And not that you don't have some buildings that couldn't be imploded, just because they suck. I get it. You know what I mean? You drive by it on your way into town, you go, oh, wait, somebody fly a Piper Cub into that fucking thing when it's empty. But I'd like, oh man, that would be nice. And we could put something up that looks a little shiny. I don't know. This just looks like shit. You know, they built it in the early 70s, late 60s when everything was fucking, they were like competing with the commies. And I fucking hate this fucking thing. And I wish they would just, but they don't. The terrorists, they just, as in the immortal words of George Carlin, what do you think that they're going to do? Hang around? Check real estate trends? Bullshit. They're gone.
So what is Texas doing very wisely?
Trading with Mexico as their primary trade partner. And that's not what you're going to bring up. I'm sorry. I did because, I'm just bringing it because Mexico and Texas are like this. They're like this. That helps. And then they take turns who's on top.
They're going to court. The Supreme Court did not make some ruling in the case of Texas v. Biden or the...
You're right. They just said, nah, I can stand. Fuck off.
Article 4, Section 4 case that Texas is bringing against the federal government.
Yeah, that's because they didn't prove there's an invasion. It's just a lot of people. Also, I got to tell you guys, the word invasion has to, for all the fucking stuff about a man is a man and a woman's a woman and words mean something, and these dumbasses are like, an invasion. It's a slightly obese lady dragging her 3 kids, guys with guns. What's the difference?
That hasn't been decided. It's in the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. The only thing that was decided
is that fuck you. Is that the stay holds because they haven't proved their case.
Was that the DHS can go and cut the wire and remove it if they want. Kerry says there's a story out now says that Border Patrol has no plans to remove it. Don't fall for the okie doke.
Which is what? Being presented by right-wingers who are organizing these Facebook groups and heading down there. So by the way, I think the ultimate message of this, if I may, and I think that I can, Bosch from Temu, is it wrong? Can we call him Temu Bosch from now on? Sorry. Hey, look, if people can call me Danzig and a dryer, you guys can fuck right off. Temu Bosch. I mean, come on. All right, that's... But CSL, I gotta say, the 22, I see, all right. CSL, we have to put Temu Bosch has advice for MAGAts as the name of the clip for this one. As long as it has a picture of his face, I think it's a winning. I don't normally backseat drive the thumbnails, but I feel like that would work. He looks happy though. He looks like he's having a good time.
Don't fall for this game that's being played. Learn the lesson of January 6th.
Yes, don't shit in the Capitol, and when you're already losing, don't double down, you loser.
Because the people...
Also, don't listen to Donald Trump, ever.
People who are peacefully having their voices heard on January 6th
went that way.
Right.
You mean the people who left?
The Republicans in the House and Senate that were going to challenge and investigate were right.
Except for the ones who might have been involved in the laying of the fake bombs, but we'll work that out later.
They were stopped in their tracks because they were made to look like insurrectionists.
No, they were aiding and abetting insurrectionists, and it became abundantly clear over the course of the day.
They were stopped in their tracks because they were made to look like they were against democracy.
They were against democracy. They had lost every legal challenge on that particular day. Even in the case where, because, again, Gore won Florida by like 500 votes. But Democrats, because at that point, at the point of certification, they hadn't established that, so they moved on. And then you could argue that the Supreme Court, interjected themselves in this, stopped the count, and therefore pushed Bush over. But them's the rules. That's the certification day. All the states have counted them. The fucking government doesn't get to go back and reestablish control, move beyond the powers of the republic, and tell states the president of the United States can't dictate what a state's electors are, which is what happened on that day. That's what he was trying to fucking do. And I thought you guys were for small government and local blah, blah, blah.
They were stopped in their tracks because they were able to be painted by those who I believe incited them as the enemy.
So they're not responsible for their own actions then? So I guess we can just blame, let all the rioters that have been arrested for arson, murder, or vandalism, or assault from the George Floyd riots, I guess we can let them out because Derek Chauvin made them. He incited it. You know what I mean? They're thinking about what he did and said and shit while they were doing it. So they wouldn't have done it otherwise, right? You think any of them, without that incident, you think any of them would have just burnt down a fucking Target for the shit of it? I mean, granted, Trump was president at the time, so there's I suppose there are a lot of reasons to. There's never any reason.
Don't fall for it again.
All right.
Do it.
I want to, though.
You want to head down there, get a hotel, and watch.
Well, it's why, if you like to watch, that's your thing. I would go with an Airbnb, though. Little comfort.
Do not march. Do not chant.
Do not bring tiki torches. Now you can bring tiki torches. You're not So basically, you're not recommending that they do the same thing they did in, say, Charlottesville. You know, like another version of Charlottesville where you just kind of like swap the word Jews for like Mexicans or something, right?
Do not incite. Don't listen to people trying to get you going.
No. Mm-mm. Does that include 976 numbers? I guess not, because you like to watch, and that's auditory.
Don't bring a bunch of guns. I'm telling you, don't do it.
Don't do it. Not a good idea. Wouldn't be prudent. Don't do it. Don't drive down there. Don't visit Texas, and don't bring a bunch. We have guns here. You don't have to bring any. There's so many laying around. Shit. Some people, if you need a gun, you just go out to the side of their house because they use them to hold up the foundation.
No, I'm not telling you not to have guns. I'm not telling you not to stand up for what's right versus what's wrong.
Apparently you are. All right. Shit. Come on now. God damn it. It's Jim Pembry now, god damn it. Fuck it. I'm just going to do the opposite of whatever he fucking says for America. Son of a bitch. Where's my, I don't have a gun. Will it, let's see. Will a large rotating sex toy that comes with a trigger, will that suffice in the face? You fucking, let's do this. If he says don't go, that's code for go. Operation Patriot Eagle Pass Missile. Operation Kidney Stone for America. Yeah, we're going to wear all these hats, and we're going to go down there, and we're all going to wear Hawaiian shirts and khaki pants and masks, and we'll all mask our guns, our guns as sex toys, dual use, but. And then if nothing happens, we can just head back to the Airbnb and pull the shades.
But there is nowhere near a civil war going on right now.
Fuck. Honey, call it off. God damn it. Hey, what the fuck did I buy all that pancake batter for? That Glenn Beck is full of shit, man. It's easy for you to say, sitting in your fancy studio. Now I got to go eat 65 4-gallon drums of beans alone. Thanks a lot, Dream Killer. I saw that hat in the closet earlier, my shit, and I was like, oh, that's got to come out. I had no idea I'd have a chance to use it this quickly. All right.
You have half the country, 25 states.
Yeah, from the waist down.
That are backing Texas right now in its legal fight against the Biden administration.
Yeah, but they're also the states with the fewest people. Sorry, it's the beans.
Let that play out. That's a massive show of force.
So, sorry, what'd you say? Was it, did you just say trust the courts? Is he basically, am I reading this wrong? You're just saying trust the courts and everything will be fine. That's where you're going with this? Cool.
More than half, so 26 including Texas. More than half the country is...
Well, no. Half the states. More than half the states. Nowhere near half the fucking country.
Saying, dude, this is an invasion. Enough already. And they want to support Texas in the court case. They want to support Texas, who has every right to continue putting down more razor wire if they want, even if the DHS removes it.
Yeah, the DHS will remove it because the federal government has a much bigger budget, and you guys can keep laying it out. We'll keep pulling it up and cutting it, putting it away so it doesn't injure women and children and people who are coming across, and we'll just arrest them and like fucking adults and treat this like the immigration issue it is, instead of a quote unquote invasion, and therefore somebody won't be injured and caught up in it and then sue the United States and the state of Texas, and we're saving you fuckers money.
Don't fall for the okie doke.
That's not an okie doke. That's why. I don't know why he's describing this as an.
To use Kamala Harris's own word, don't. Because what they would love to see is a reason to paint those who are correct today as the bad guys.
Well, they wouldn't be able to do that if you didn't go down there and fucking kill somebody or act like an asshole. And if you do go down there and kill somebody and act like an asshole, then you are the bad guy, dummy. That's how you know. You get judged by your works.
They would love to be able to say, see, we told you, MAGA bad.
Yeah, but we would use, better English.
Let this play out in court. Texas has the upper hand.
Well, I'm glad you trust the courts. I think that's great. Fabulous. I mean, again, progress in and of itself.
I believe Texas will win in the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, and then Biden will, or the administration will, appeal to the Supreme Court, who I think will do the right thing, having the actual case in front of them. I hope that you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I do, but I'm not your primary audience. The people that are your primary audience, you are clearly worried that they're already packing and they've shut you off 10 minutes ago.
They would love to see a repeat of January 6th.
No. For the record, no. Not at all. Fuck you. Also, there's no such thing as a repeat of January 6th on the fucking southern border at the park at Eagle Pass. That's not a repeat of January 6th. That's a bunch of that might be the closest thing is fucking Waco.
At the border.
Operation Okie Doke. That's great.
Because then they get to take over. The more you can
take over. We voted him in. That's how you take over.
Paint any sort of an uprising that doesn't align with them, because they didn't care about the uprising in the Summer of Love. They don't care about Antifa. They don't care about BLM.
Well, because our presidential candidate, for example, is okay about being against fascism and arguing the point about Black Lives mattering to everyone and that they should matter on a philosophical and political sense, without aligning yourself with the particular actions of a group or just excusing all of it the way Trump goes, MAGA, it's just MAGA, and MAGA. Anybody who calls themselves MAGA, whatever you do is fine with me. MAGA is shit in the rotunda and fucking beat up a cop. MAGA, all MAGA is good. Just call yourself MAGA and you're fine. Like that's the issue.
No, if people are rising up to support more freedom and that the Constitution really still means something, they're looking for a reason.
By violating the Constitution? Novel approach. Checkmate.
To shut that down. Don't give them the reason.
No, I would never do that.